from nobody, and never tried to scam anybody. But no, as far as the gifts are concerned, if you're referring to cash or some type of gift or something, no, I'd rather not receive those type of things, because that's not what I'm into. If somebody had done something like that, I love them to death because they did it from their heart, and that's, but I never did ask anybody. In fact, a lot of times, things people had tried to send me, I just told them don't do it. And a lot of times people just sent things anyway, and of course I'm not going to send it back. I'm not rude. I have asked people if they wanted it back, but the people I'm talking about never did. Anything they ever gave me or wanted to give me, they did it from their heart. I've never asked nobody for nothing. And so it's not something I do, is my point. I think because of some of these other folks out there and the things they do, people get the wrong idea of me. I've been put in for example, I've been on certain websites, my name has been put in there with other names that are not me, that have nothing to do with me, nothing whatsoever. There's a lot of names, I don't want to go into them all, but it's not worth it, but there's one character that I even allowed for a short time. I'm not even going to say the name. That's how much I think about it. I allowed this certain character that some people in the Elvis world find, I don't know, they think he knows things. Well, I let him out of kindness be my spokesperson one time, just trying to be a forgiving Christian person because I'd had some problems with him in the past. And I was warned not to do it. And I did it anyway, and out of Christian love, and I got bit, and I had to put him back down, and I had to put so to speak, like a snake, you have to put it back down, unless you want to get bit over and over and over. I didn't and don't want to war with that person, I'm not interested in it. I'm not interested in war with anybody. But they put some stuff online that I know about, and they said I was this person, and that I had set up all these different names, and all the different names, and a lot of them that can be proven to have been different people. I mean, absolutely proven. You knock on the door of different folks, But yet this so-called Elvis knowledgeable expert that is quoted on these websites says that I'm this person and that person. I don't remember what it said exactly, but some type of mythological person made up by so-and-so, so-and-so, and I'm this name, that name, this name, that name. And like I said, they went through a list of names that I know for a fact, some of them you just go knock on the door. Most of them, they go knock on the door. 2 or 3 of them might be the same person, I don't know. I don't know how it works. But I'm not any of those people. So they can just keep on blabbing because they can't prove a word they say is not true. And, one of those people is a good person, I know for a fact because I know them. But as far as others go, I don't know them. I can't say whether they're good or bad. I don't know, But I do know this. A lot of those people out there have set up organizations to receive gifts, money, all sorts of financial things, and that's what they do. There's nothing wrong with that as long as they're just doing it in the spirit of entertainment. And if people want to pay for it, that's their business. I'm here as a serious messenger. I try to be anyway from God, who wants to also entertain people. And if I did get paid for anything, I don't mean to use the name negatively because I don't have anything against the person, but if I did get paid as an entertainer, I'm just as worthy as Jon Cotner or any others who ever got paid, In fact, they get paid in one show. You just look at the numbers, what they get paid in one show, I'm not going to worry about it. My point is, I'm not an ETA, but if I wanted to be, that's my business. I could get paid if I wanted to, and wouldn't be any crime there. I am not Elvis Presley, if that's what anybody's ever been told, I'm talking to new folks now, people who are here for the first time, I'm not Elvis Presley. I'm not claiming to be Elvis Presley. I've never claimed to be Elvis Presley. I've answered a few questions at times as if I were him, only because the people asked me to do it. I told them up front I wasn't him. And they said, but if you were him, that type of thing. And there was people who wanted me to talk as if I were Elvis and answer what I thought Elvis would say. And sometimes they wanted me to do this, I don't know, story, mythological story, whatever. That type of thing. And I did it, People do things when they're asked, if they're asked in the right way. And it was recorded, half of it was recorded, and half of it got on the internet, and the rest of it, where I say this is just a, what if type situation, where I say I'm clearly not Elvis Presley, where I say Elvis, he left us in '77, I'm not him. I clearly say that in all of the recordings that are online that seem to indicate that I might be saying I'm Elvis. Every one of them, I say that ahead of time. Every single one of them. And I've never said I'm Elvis, not one time. But yet it gets online, little half recording here and a half recording there, and pretty soon, they got you saying all this type of stuff, But ask any of my regulars, they don't get nothing out of it. They just come here because they want to come here. Ask any of my regulars, any of you who are new folks here, ask any of the regulars, do I claim to be Elvis? Have I ever even hinted that I'm Elvis? All I've ever done is say what I feel he would say in certain situations or how he would feel about something. And I know people all the time are telling me, well, you know what, you can't, how you going to speak for Elvis? That's what they say all the time, how do you speak for Elvis? Well, my simple answer to that, and I'm getting off here, my simple answer to that is, how does the Memphis Mafia or any of those people speak for Elvis? Some of them are good guys. I don't want to put a finger on all of them and say they're all bad. They're not all bad guys. Elvis loved them, and some of them are good guys. But there's some of them who's just after money. And Elvis probably, if he were around today, he'd know that. But bottom line is, how do they speak for Elvis? They do it in books all the time, new books out all the time. But what Elvis would think about this? I don't even read them. I'm just assuming, But they give all this information, and some of it's true, and some of it I know to be false. And I got my reasons for knowing it's false, and I'm not going to go into it again. But some of it's false. Some of it's just a bunch of bull to slander Elvis because they were angry at him. And some of those folks are even involved, I'm not going to, one of them in particular is involved, I believe, with fooling people with his voice. I'm not going to say who, but he could throw his voice and sound like Elvis, and he could sound a whole lot more like Elvis than a lot of the recordings of him that are online. He was into throwing his voice and all that. I don't doubt for a second he's involved in a lot of these things. I know he has a lot. I'm not going to say who it is. I better stop right where I'm at. If people basically either know or don't know what I'm talking about anyways, it's not worth going into. But yeah, no sir, I'm not really into getting gifts and all that kind of stuff. I'm into getting, I like cards, People send me cards all the time. I like cards and letters and stuff. I like to hear from people, if they want to say something nice and that type of stuff. I don't mind getting it all. But as far as financial gifts or big time stuff, I just feel bad when I get it because I'm not set up in a way where I can do anything back usually. I've tried, but at times, but there's not really anything I can do, and without compromising a lot of things. So I'd just rather not get them, is my point. It's not that I like the thought behind it. I love the thought behind it. It makes me feel like somebody cared enough to do it. And just the fact that you cared enough to say, sir, I'd like to send you something, that's enough for me. That's enough. Thank you for that thought, and God bless you for it. But as far as asking for things like this, I'd rather not. That's not my style. People have to go to Hinton and Eliza and all those folks for that type of thing. Jesse. Eliza building a mansion for herself, and she's asking the fans for the money to do it. So the people who want to give to that type of thing, she's wide open to get. She'll take it all the time. So it's all right. But I'm not that person. And she hates me, so I'm not worried about it. And whether is she Jesse's sister? Maybe. I don't know. Who knows? But I know whose sister she ain't, and you folks do too. A lot of Elvis's family that is related to him by blood. That's not exactly on the up and up. I'm not gonna name names. You folks already know who I'm talking about. But they've already been caught. I'm talking about some of Elvis's blood-related family have been caught in scams already in the past. I'm not going into it. I'll let you guys investigate it. And I believe that they're behind a lot of these Jesse things. But we know that Jesse's not Elvis. We know that for a fact. The DNA has already proven it. And even if it didn't, I guarantee it. I'll put it this way. The man that appeared in that book is not Elvis. And Elvis, I don't believe in my heart, is seeing Dr. Hinton. I never has. If he was seeing Dr. Hinton, behind my back, no, I'm teasing. I was just going to crack a joke about it. It may go the wrong way, so I'm just going to leave it alone. But no, he's not. He wasn't. That's a bunch of bull. But some people like that kind of stuff. If they want to buy it, they're selling it. That's fine with me. I don't care. I used to. I don't anymore because I realize that the people who are listening to them want to listen to them. They like it. They want that story. So it don't bother me a bit. Well, I'm gonna get off here for now. I'll come back in just a minute with some song or something. I'm trying my best to be at peace with people. I really am. But I tried. I was here the other night. I laid it clear. I want to be peaceful and forgiving. Still do. But they got worse, man. I was expecting people, even the guys who hated me, to say, maybe John's sincere, and maybe we ought to leave him alone and just let him live his life in peace. But they got worse. I mean, they got terrible. So that's why my people are angry, and that's why I'm a little upset. But they are who they are, and they're not going to change, I don't reckon, until God changes them. Hopefully one day He will. But until then, they're just out for war and blood, and ain't nothing I can do about it. And that makes me have the opinion they're probably in with that Jesse, because if they were not, they'd be out to get them and not me. Because Jesse's claiming to be Elvis, and I'm not. That's the difference. I don't claim to be Elvis. Jesse does. Anything I have ever claimed, I have evidence to prove, and I'm not actually claiming anything outright, but I reckon I put a few things out there in code, and a few people figured it out. And anything I've claimed, I can prove. I've proven who I am. I've put my face on camera, and people have seen it on video, up close, as close as you can get, pretty much. And people in this room have seen it, and clearly. A few people less clearly, because I didn't want people that I didn't know about getting the video. It wasn't meant to be evil towards anybody. It was just meant to keep it out of the hands of certain people. But there are a handful of folks in here who saw the clear video, and they can tell you straight up, I am who I say I am. As far as my pictures are me, and my voice is obviously me, and good or bad, it's me. And to the people who say I'm using all this technology to sound the way I do or whatever, my answer to them is go get it. If it bothers you so badly, go get the technology and duplicate the voice. Because I'm not using any technology, and I don't particularly even like my voice sometimes these days. I feel like I'm losing my voice. I feel like it's laryngitis feeling, when you talk too much like I do, sing too much like I do, even off here. And anyway, I'll talk for 2 hours if I don't get off here. Let me go. Who's next? Lauren, let's see. I'll be Missy. I think you lost your place. Go ahead and take it.
Thank you. I was not quick enough to grab that mic when you made that run for the mic thing. Anyway, I'm not going to sing a song. I'm going to read a poem I wrote with music in the background. Am I speaking loud enough? All right. Thank you. The name of the poem is The Road Out of Grief. Before I get going here, I want to say that December I lost a younger brother. Easter I lost a younger brother. June 19th I lost an older brother. June 20th I lost a younger brother. I've been through a lot of pain in this last little while, but God is good. God is so good. So here's my poem. When death stares you in the face, disoriented thinking is the case. Thinking this is a dream, it is not true. Overwhelming pain, I feel so lonely and blue. I whisper to myself, I have to be strong. I cannot do anything wrong. I set up a rigid lifestyle deep within. I pray and stay away from a life of sin. I am told, walk in the faith of the Lord. God, keep me connected to your heavenly cord. Help me to think in a full course line, instead of pretending everything is fine. I know God will give me only what I can handle. Keep me safe, Lord, away from all the scandal. Every day, dear Lord, I turn my life over to you. Respect, love, and honor are yours. To you I am true. Do not wallow in your pain. Help another. Do not be a fake. So get up, get moving, surprise your neighbor with a cake. God, I give my life to you this day. May I get on my knees, to you I pray. Their spirit may have left, but we will meet again. One day they will greet us on God's golden lane. So live in this moment. Treasure the memories. They sing to you through the wind in the trees, like a harp playing. They are not gone, just on a different path. Their memories, please do not scath. Then when our life work is done, and we will meet them in heaven, rejoicing with the King of Kings, eating God's leaven. Each of us must one day stand before our Creator. We may be the only Bible they read, live it to the core. Be kind, loving, share a smile, offer a listening ear. Hold everyone sacred and oh so dear. To my God I bow, and I take the time to listen to the downtrodden, the ones, we see sitting on the street corner with a cup in their hand. I listen to those guys, those girls, those women. They are God's children. God bless you. Thank you so much. And John, you're doing a great thing. I saw your name and came right on in. So God bless you. Thank you for the work God's work you're doing. Good servant of God.
Testing. 1, 2, 3. Testing. 1, 2, 3. Testing. Testing. Is anybody there? Hello? Oh, okay. Okay, I'm back. Pile talk, pile talk. Let me in. If I didn't have bad luck with pile talk, I wouldn't have any luck at all. This is a crazy, crazy thing. I got brick walled a while ago somehow, and then I got on. Then I got on somehow, and I don't even know how I did that, but it's nutty. And then I'm being bothered in the process. Hang loose. Never try Pal Talk with a bunch of babies, people calling, driving you nuts. Never do it. You know, you try to call somebody try to call for business reasons, for example. You never get a call back until you're doing something. As soon as you're doing something, then you're going to get a call. Everything you're going to have that phone vibrating on your leg every time, or wherever you're keeping it. Every single time, if you turn it, you don't want no calls, you're going to get them. Every single time. The only answer is to turn it completely off. And I can't do that. But bottom line is, everything's going wrong as far as the mechanical part, and then everything else is going wrong, and this whole thing is nuts. But thank you for bearing with me either way. And honey, that was a beautiful poem. I just want to let you know that. I got every part of it all the way to the end, and I want you to know it's beautiful. But then I started having technical difficulties. So. We're going to have to we really do have to cut it short, and I can't stay on a long time. We're really going to have to cut it short. I probably had to close the door on some people. I have no choice tonight, and I always say that and keep going. I can't do it tonight. I have no choice. So what I'll do is we'll do this again soon. I just don't know when. I've got some business to take care of for a while. Not too long, but just, for a little while. And I'll be posting, just be looking for it. I'll be posting somewhere when we'll do it again. And just be ready if you want to attend again. And if I have to close the door on anybody's fingers, I do apologize. I love you guys. I wouldn't do that if I didn't have to. I stayed on here for 9, 10, sometimes more hours at a time. And just so I could get to everybody and run my big mouth a little while, and so I do apologize. But what we can do is we're going to have to honestly, we have to close. I can't take very many more. I have to choose, and I'm just going to choose randomly. I can't take everybody who's got their hand up. I do apologize. So I'm going to have to choose. I don't know. Just Lord have mercy. I don't want to close the door on anybody, but I have to. I honestly have to, because I've been told they got to do something. Where I'm at, I can't stay right now, and we got some business to take care of, and really I can't. If I could, I would, but we honestly have got to close up. Let's see here. I've been given a number in my head. I'm just going to go with it. Not choosing anybody in particular.